time ago, we did a program called Safeguarding the Future. We're looking at mental health concerns and how we can, help citizens, help elders, help adults, help children, teenagers, adolescents, navigate through life successfully and live a happy and fulfilled life. So, but there are a few challenges that we face that need counseling, really, really need counseling. Some mental health challenges like depression, anxiety, PTSD, bipolar disorder, psychosis. These are concerns that should really, really be looked into. And social issues like domestic violence, violence in the home, gender biased violence, where especially in the workplace, the man, the woman, and all marital conflicts, family dysfunction, an unstable home can actually cause, social concerns and issues. Bullying and cyberbullying happening around our schools. These are issues that cause for counseling. Educational challenges like exam anxiety. Yeah, some students have this exam anxiety when it's time for test or when it's time for exam or when it's time for presentation to the public. They can't really speak up and they're afraid of exam. So these are challenges our students are facing. Learning difficulties. They're not able to understand or comprehend what's happening in class. These are challenges. Bullying in school, career guidance. Parents and students need to understand career guidance. It's so funny that so many people graduate from school and say that their parents actually asked them to study a particular course. So it's important that we guide our parents and guide our children to safeguard the future. There are so many other economic challenges like unemployment stress, financial management issues, migration and displacement concerns, and their health concerns as well, like HIV and AIDS related stigma and the coping strategy that they need to have in order for them to live a fulfilled life. These are areas that counselors come in. Chronic illness management, how to manage, when you're faced with chronic or deadly terminal diseases, how to manage yourself and how to, manage others if you find yourself in that kind of situation. There's also grief counseling where someone just lost a loved one and the counselor step in at that moment. There are a lot of challenges in assessing counseling in Nigeria. One of such is lack of awareness. Some people do not know that there is something called counseling service. So it's important that we raise awareness, let the public know that they can easily assess us, let them know how they can assess counselors is important because many people are not aware of the benefits of counseling and how to assess, where to assess. So the stigma associated with mental health is another concern. Some people don't like to visit a counselor or a mental health therapist, as the case may be, or a psychologist. Why? Because of the stigma attached to it. So it's important for them to understand that mental health issues, are critical, just like physical illnesses. Very, very important. Inadequate trained counselors is another issue that our country may be facing because when counselors are not competent, professional, and don't follow the ethical framework, people lose confidence in you, they lose trust, So it's important for us to get more trained counselors to fill up the spaces, especially in our schools, because that's a target audience for the future. Limited accessibility is another concern, where counseling services might not be readily available, especially those living in the rural areas. Of course, it's not very common around here. So it's important that our government begin to look into situations, scenarios, how counselors can invade the rural settings, especially the underserved communities. Very, very important. The cost for counseling, this is where I know will drive a lot of people crazy, where they go to a counseling service unit or center and the therapist or psychotherapist or counselor begins to place high demand on the financial aspect before counseling. So I'd advise that the costing should be affordable where everyone can benefit from counseling services. Thank you.